Hello, my loves. It is. Oh, is this dead? Yeah. Hello, hello. This is Heidi back with another weekly installment of the weird talk things that I've been doing. I guess it's like it's visually. It's been relating a lot to relationships, especially romantic ones. So I guess that's just the thread that I'm on currently. As mentioned previously, I will be going over self dates. So if you can see on this board behind me, self date ideas. These are the ones that I personally do. So, as a woman that is learning the ropes around dating, um, especially since this is going to be the first time in like however old I am that I'm going to actually like intentionally date and know myself before I get to know another person. Um, I would like to know what I like before I can figure out what does this other person like and how can I show them that what I like as well. So, um, as previously mentioned in the video prior, that I had like these two guys, and then there was this one guy that wasn't available, and then there's this other guy that was, and we're taking our time. Yeah, that's right. I'm still debating about whether or not I should continue with the both of them. Well, not both of them, excuse me, with one of them. The first guy obviously is a no go because I'm not gonna chase that. I'm not gonna do that. That's not what I want. But the second guy, it's a little bit too soon to tell, and it's not that I want to cut it off like ASAP, not prevent it from happening. No. It's that I don't fully know myself enough to be, I wouldn't say giving myself, but like just showing up for myself in a relationship. Because I've had talks these past few days with various people regarding relationships, and we have Mercury in Capricorn, I believe, and that kind of makes sense, which it also kind of doesn't, which is very confusing. But there's just been a lot of talks regarding like romantic and relationship stuff, and I've been hearing a lot of people breaking up and a lot of people like starting to get new partners, and like all the there's all this like crazy stuff happening, and it's every which way and whatnot. Like there's just a lot happening, and I don't know what to do per se about that. So excuse me as I go to the kitchen. You're gonna still listen to me talk, but what I'm trying to sort out is what I should do, because I'm having trouble figuring out what to do. I'm having issues sorting out what I should do for myself. It's not just anybody else, it's for myself. Apologies, I had to check my phone. I know that I have certain issues that I need to work on personally. I will not disclose those yet because I need to resolve them first before I start like saying crazy things where it's like, yeah, I have this, and this is, shadow work for this bull, and this, that, and that thing, this, that thing, and the third. I need to figure that out first before I start blabbering and unintentionally becoming hypocritical, because that, it's not an all-time thing, but it has happened occasionally, and it's just small things, which thankfully people catch it from me, and I catch it myself when I say it and do it. So I have enough self-awareness to realize that, and I'm very grateful for that. But yeah, like these are like issues that I'm going to work on first before I start like spouting it out on the internet, just bullshitting for nothing. And that way, like, once I figure out what my solution is, I can also present it to you as well if you are in a similar predicament. So right now, I'm just kind of, I wouldn't really call it a predicament, but I am kind of in this dilemma where it's like, I'm not calling it throwing in the towel, but should I just put this particular potential relationship on pause while I learn about myself, or what the hell? Or should I proceed? Obviously, I'm going to let this person know regardless of what happens. The one thing is I want communication and comprehension, because they both go hand in hand, and I'll get into that in 1 minute, but I have to sit down and sort out, okay, what do I want to do? Because it's fine and dandy if I decide to continue with this person, but later on down the road, if I start to become enmeshed in this relationship, that's what I do not want, because I know myself and I will eventually end up enmeshed in a relationship. So that's what I'm trying to stay away from. And I think I just made my decision right now. So I don't know where these keep coming from. They just spawn here. I would just want to like sort that thing out before it starts to like snowball. And this isn't the beginning of this, potential relationship, because I wouldn't say we just met, but we just started going out together. Like, this particular person's been courting me for, at the bare minimum, like a week. 2 weeks technically. It's about to be 3, I think. Yeah, it's about to be 3. So we're taking it very slow, which I appreciate. I extremely appreciate that, because coming from my background, Jesus fucking Christ, I will shut down if we go too fast. If we're going like literally like, okay, whatever. I'm joking with that, but like, it was supposed to be a joke, but then I couldn't think of the thing in time. So, but yeah, that's what I would like to do. I would like to take my time, slow down. That also means I have to take my time and slow down. So how am I going to do self-dates? So that's what I wanted to get back onto. Since I'm in this predicament where it's like I don't really know what to do in this situation, because we're not committed to each other, but there is an interest. I heard the door. I don't quite know what to do. I'm gonna put this on pause real quick. It has been a full day later. Hello. I don't remember what I was talking about. Anyways, do you see how cute I am today? Anyways, I believe I was talking about self-dates. So, in terms of self-dating, I have these things written on the board. I wrote this down because I knew for a fact that I would forget. I don't even know if you can see it on the board. But the 4 things are things you like. I marked it off. Things you think you like, things you feel you like, and things you don't like. So we'll start with the simplest one, things you like. So clearly these are like hobbies or activities that you like to do. That's my cat. That scared the hell out of me. My hobbies, for example, would be painting. Exhibit A. Never mind. Exhibit A. My second hobby would be dancing. I'm not gonna do an exhibit B because I don't feel like getting up and dancing. And then my third hobby would be singing. My fourth hobby would be makeup. Barely getting into it again. Makeup and nails. Like taking care of myself, looking cute like this. Anyways, and so on and so forth. Going to art museums. I like going to see art things. So, those are the things that I like. Your assignment for this week. Yeah, we'll say this week. Your assignment for this week is to create a list with these 4 categories. Okay, so you're going to separate your list. This is, again, example. So you're going to get 4 pieces of paper. You're going to write things you like, things you don't, things you think you like, things you feel that you like, and things you don't like. Okay? So that's your assignment. You're going to fill it out as we go along this video. You're going to obviously pause it and fill the things that you like and, et cetera, et cetera. So those are the things that you like. These are like the things you like off the bat, like immediately off the bat. So things you think you like. So again, in relation to things that you like, if you've noticed, I like having my general theme is expression, especially creative expression. So other things that I think I would like in terms of a date would include going to class to sew, going to sewing classes, going to a florist class, I like food, so I think I would like a cooking class. Like, I know how to cook, but I would like to elevate my cooking, but again, that's besides the point. I think I would like to make a book, not a writing a book, but like just physically making like the book to draw, like a drawing book. Um, just start turning the wheel. So when you write down that first list of things you like, you'll start to notice that there's a theme. So again, like I mentioned earlier, my theme is expression and creative expression. So since I'm following that theme, there are other alleys of creative expression. So I paint, I color, I draw. I'm gonna find mandalas and other pictures. This is a Princess Peach thing. It's very cute. I'm gonna color it one day, but not today because I'm going to bed in like 10 minutes. That's gonna be like 30 minutes watch. Um, Things like that, like other ways of expression. Like I'm trying to figure out what else I have in here. I don't have anything else right now at the moment. But yeah, it's just like finding different things that you would like as well. I'm not a big knitting or crochet person, but that's just me. You're gonna be very different from me, but that personally, I do not like that. Um, and again, we'll get there in a minute. But yeah, you're just gonna like start bouncing around and seeing what you would think you would like, and you could also just start throwing random things in there. Like I also like taking care of my finances, so maybe I'd like to take a budgeting class for couples. Obviously, I don't have a partner right now, but like just to see what it would be like, and also to see like how other couples would do their budgeting and whatnot. But again, that's besides the point. Just branch off into the random things, and then you can even just do something crazy, like maybe not crazy, but like something like outside of your comfort zone that you think you would also like. So, for example, I have to think about this. Give me a quick sec. I think I would like woodworking. It's another outlet of expression, but it's a lot more of a physical labor, is what I'm trying to say, I believe. I'm trying to stay away from it being more of like it's a more of a functional thing, because all the things that I have do that I have do huh the other things that I do currently are functional in a way. It's just a form of expression, but it's woodworking is more, people would consider it more functional than everything else on this side. You know what I'm trying to say? I hope you do, because I'm trying to figure out how to word it. Anyways, it's like things like that. Like you're like you still get in that same like boundary, but then you start to kind of reach out and see like maybe I would like this, or maybe I would like this, or maybe this, that, and the third. Um, I think I would like picking fruits. I think I would like gardening. I have tried gardening a couple of times, but not taking classes for that. Um, like those, those other things. Like people have varied interests, so I would suggest like this would be a good point to be looking at your interests. Like you think you'll like farming? Okay, well take some steps back. Do you think you'd like to garden? Do you think you'd like to take care of chickens, pigeons? Like taking steps back like that. So that's where, like, in terms of your dates. And I'm saying this is like your life goal, but this can include your life goals. But anyways, that's what I'm trying to say. Like like things that you think you would like, and you also have to consider like the time frame, the time limit and stuff. Excuse me, I felt something itchy. Um, Books. I used to be a big fan of books, but I don't read books anymore. But I do have a book here that I'm going to start reading soon. Um, I'm not gonna say too much about it because it's adulterous. I don't know how to say it. It's very you know. But yeah, like things you think you like, you can even tap into like your childhood and be like, oh man, I used to like this. Why don't I try bringing this back again? Obviously, you're an adult now, but like it's gonna be a little bit different. But you could also try that. And then things you feel you like. So again, we're gonna tap into that same strain. I feel my best when I'm dancing. I feel my best when I'm like singing. Um, I used to use art as a coping mechanism, so I don't feel as like wholeheartedly there with my art anymore, because it was a coping mechanism for things that were like happening during my childhood. So I'm not gonna dive into that because this isn't a therapy session, but I feel a lot more energized, a lot more lively in dancing and in singing because I'm putting myself, out there. So when you like figure out what that feeling is and you understand how that feeling looks like for you, the more you go on and like the more you like go on these dates and things like that, you'll start to get that same feeling again, and you'll start to feel like, okay, I feel like this would be a good thing for me. So another example would be the floral class. Like I took a class and I learned how to do an arrangement, and I felt the same energy that I had with the dance class. So I'm going to keep that in my roster, and I'm going to look for more classes for florists. I would, well, I can't say it per se, but I would feel something similar with ceramics. So I would, jump into that. It's that like embodied feeling of like wholeness. Like you're fully into the activity that you're in, and like you're engaging all of your senses. You're engaging your whole self. Excuse me, like the mental, the emotional, the physical, the spiritual, like the entirety of self is engaged in the activity. And that's what I'm saying by feel. Like you feel you like it. Sorry, I was like, what the hell was I talking about? Like you feel like you're really into it. Like this, like these videos, I'm starting to feel like I'm very into it because I'm getting more comfortable being expressive. I'm getting more comfortable like sharing my thoughts. These are the things that I'm trying to say. Like you feel like it's something great. You feel good with it. The when you do these dates, I encourage you to stay fully engaged in the date to see whether you like it. Um, Again, like I mentioned earlier, I hope I did. I believe I did. Try, do one particular date 3 times. The first time to get to like to get your fear over, to get over the fear of it. The second time to get knowledge on it, to understand it better, and then the third time to see how you really like truly feel about it. So just keep that in mind when you do your dates, your solo dates, and also your date dates. But we'll get into date dates another time. I'm actually gonna write that on my board. Um, 3-tier dates. I'll call it 3-tier dates. I might remember. I might forget. We'll see. We'll find out. I have very good memory, but it works when it wants to work. So we'll get there when we get there. Anyways, and then the last thing is things you don't like. So I could tell you straight off the bat, I don't like Guadalajara dancing. I don't like doing that, because I grew up with it, and I just did not like it. I never did. I can tell you that I like sewing classes, but I don't like sewing classes that like, I don't know how to describe it. Like they're too slow, or like it's too it's I'm not too slow. I wouldn't call it too slow, but like they're too, like there's not enough momentum for me to continue, or there's not enough of an incentive for me to like complete the thing. Um, because I like making clothes. I like making things that are more like easier for my life, I guess. Like things like that. Like there's certain sewing classes that I won't take. There's certain sewing classes that I will take. Um, what else don't I like? There's not a whole lot of things that I don't like. And if there are, it's usually like, I gotta figure that out actually. There's not a whole lot of things that I don't like. Um, which I'm very surprised about. Or maybe I just don't pay attention to it. Like I don't actually, you know what? Yeah, there's not a whole lot of things that I don't like. So I'm stumped on that one. So I have to figure out what I don't like as well, because it's just as much of importance to know what you like, and things, and also much of importance that you things that you don't like as well. So that way, when you finally have, not finally, I should say finally, because that sounds like it's like, oh my god, he's here. No. So that way, when you eventually have somebody that's interested in becoming your partner, you already know what you like and what you don't like, at least in terms of like just like the self. That's not included in like in this relationship that could, transpire, that couldn't transpire, could be, could not be. But that's just what you're coming in with already. Like I already like this. I don't like that. The only things that I can think of that's not really dating related, but it's like off the top of my head that I don't like is like slimy textures, especially in food. That's the only thing I don't really like. So I guess I shouldn't be trying like sushi boards, especially if it has like eel or mussel or like oysters. I don't know. I'm trying really hard to think of something that I don't like, but there's not a whole lot of things that I don't like. I'm pretty sure I said something like the other day and I was like, oh, I don't like that. I actually don't like getting yelled at. That's the one thing I don't like. I'm not a big fan of sports. There you go. Figured it out. It took me a minute, but I'm not a huge fan of sports. Like I like being in the sport, like playing in the sport, but not watching it in the stadium. It's just, I don't know, I get bored, and like my attention span's not that great already, but I'm working on it. I'm working on it, but it's just not that great right now. But I don't have the attention span to sit and watch like a baseball game or a soccer game. Wrestling, absolutely, but like anything other than wrestling, I cannot. I cannot. So these are the things that I like, the things that I don't like. I don't like wine. I don't know what it is. The fuck was that? I'm not a big fan of wine. It's just I just don't like the flavor. I just don't like the. It's just the flavor. It gets me out really fast, but I just don't like the flavor. The flavor of wine's not my thing. But it's just things like that. I have mixed feelings about reading. Um, I haven't read in a long time because school killed my love for reading. So now that I'm an adult and I'm out of school, I'm gonna be doing some reading. This might spark it back up. I'll give you a review on that later. But anyways, it's like things like that. Like, I don't like this, I don't like that. So these are the things, like, that's just the basics, like, oh, I don't like this, I don't like that. But now, there's more nuance on, like, other things where you have to learn as well how to do, like, communication and comprehension and whatever. But again, we'll do that another day. I'm actually going to write that down. I can spell hension. And with this lesson, it's just going to go over, since you're not currently dating in this moment in time, it doesn't mean that you still can't use those skills. You can use those skills in your other relationships as well. But again, we'll get there when we get there. So that's just like the basic 4 things in terms of like self dates. And just try something new. Like, take this time, if you're gonna dedicate like a month, take time to pick one of these 4 like get these 4 segments, get these 4 quadrants right here, and pick one date for each of those. So if you're gonna do a month, which is like 4 weeks, and you take yourself out once a week, pick a date that you like, pick a date that you think you would like, pick a date that you feel like you would like, and then pick a date that you know for sure you won't like, just to double check and confirm that you won't like. But if you're doing it for a year, again, you have a year, you have 12 months, which is, I think that's 52 weeks. Yes, 52 weeks. So that's 52 dates for you to sort out what you really love, what you like, what you're neutral about, what you don't really like, and what you absolutely hate. So you have, like, if the whole year, if you commit to yourself, I gotta sneeze, to, excuse me, that knocked the wind out of me, to, like, learn more about yourself. I guarantee you will not miss anybody. Nobody's gonna, like, let me figure out how to word it. You're not gonna miss anything if you take yourself off the dating market for a year just to figure out who you are and to understand yourself before you put yourself back up on the dating market. I'm learning this now, and I've dodged the fattest bullet you have ever seen. I have dodged the fattest bullet I have ever seen since I decided to focus on myself and decided to love myself first. I'm telling you right now, I've dodged the fattest bullet. Anyways, so yeah, that's what I would suggest. If I make like a plan thing, if I make like a little digital download thing, I'll probably put it in the like description box or something, and I'll just make the quadrants for you, or like I'll figure something out, and I'll make like a little download thing, a little cute downloadable thing for you to try. But yeah, that's what I suggest in terms of self-dating. At least just make the quadrants if you're not really committed to going out and taking yourself out yet, or if you don't have the funds at the moment. Just start with the quadrants first, and then when you come up with the funds, or like you decide to pull the trigger on finally starting your self dates, you already have that paper to look back on, so you can do your dates and continue start the journey of self-love and self-dating and the loving of self and all this cute stuff. So yeah, next week it'll be one of these options that I have right here. I already have that, so that's gonna get crossed out. But you'll see what's gonna happen next week. So, anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you learned a lot. And if you have any questions, as always, leave them in the comments. I will be posting weekly. I guess it's gonna be Monday now or Wednesday. I will sort that out. I should have a schedule sorted out by next week. If not, I post pretty weekly. Pretty weekly? I think I need to go to bed. I post pretty frequently, so I'll see you then. Bye. Love you. I love you, mi amor.